Hey, this is Morty and Ant. We're here with Siriusly Black. How you doing today, brother?
What's going on?
I'm doing all right. Good week so far. We just won a game today. Go
Nice,
Gales.
nice, nice.
Next up we play New Haven, and then we're going to Davidson. Stephen Curry put some bread behind them kids, so
Oh,
we gonna have to be real
ain't no,
ready for that one.
ain't no killers like Steph.
That's for sure. That's for
I don't
sure.
even need to. I don't even need to look up the scout report. No Steph, we got a shot. Now, if you was going in there, you was facing that baby face killer boy. It's gonna be a long
Lord,
week.
Lord help
It's
us.
gonna be a long week. Somebody getting the brakes beat off him, running through the
Yeah.
picks, and
Yep. Instant double team.
yep.
For sure, for sure. Let's start with our weekly profit. So this was more of a information type of thing, but I also have a question for you with this one. So
Okay.
GM, Motors just they say they cast a spell on cars in regards to entertainment landscape. The audio production for the Harry Potter series is arriving early in the Cadillac series. So they've paid to cut the check so that they can get the audio version first.
GM paid to get the audio version of what?
Of Harry Potter audiobook, Sorcerer's Stone.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna get it first in the
What are they?
Cadillac.
What are they redoing? What are they redoing?
The audiobook series. Yeah. So they're doing with a whole new cast. They put some bread behind this. They put in some pretty big names.
Listen. As far as the audiobook goes, all my real Potter fans know there's only one audiobook, and that's my man Jim Dale. Jim Dale's the master of Harry Potter audiobook. Like I remember, like as a kid, I my so my parents wanted to see what I was
Mhm.
paying attention to. So I think on a road trip or something, we got this is a cassette tape. We got the cassette tapes of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Mhm.
Mostly the young kids don't even know what a cassette
Yeah,
tape
not at
is.
all.
But we got the cassette tape, so we were listening to it, and it's read by Jim Dale. He may have been the first one, but anyway. So later on, like I think when I got older, as I started to re-listen to the books,
Mhm.
there was like another person who was reading, and I was like, what is this? Jim Dale? It's got to be Jim Dale. Jim Dale or nothing. I don't know
Yeah.
what they paid their money for, but if they don't got Jim Dale, big shout out to Jim Dale.
Well, where can we catch Jim at? Let's shameless plug Jim. Where can we get those audiobooks, or
Well, I think it was like these were like I'm talking about like while the books were still coming out.
oh wow.
The
This is over 20 years ago.
Yeah, Jim
Wow.
Dale was the. But if you're a real Potter, it's got to be Jim Dale. Jim Dale do all the voices. He's Jim Dale. You ever
Top
see that
notch.
scene in Miss Doubtfire where Robin Williams does all the voices? Jim Dale. He's doing it in real life.
Miss Doubtfire.
He got all the voices, everything. You like, wait a minute, it's only one person reading because he got everybody's voice. So
Wow.
these other people they reading the book, it's just all monotone. Jim Dale. That's it.
Yeah.
GM.
Yeah.
Jim Dale.
Yeah, so we got to cut a check for Jim Dale. That's for sure. That's for sure. But yeah, I just wanted to, get your thoughts on that one. It's supposed to be releasing monthly in May 2026 through May 2026. They've brought in apparently over 200 actors, original music, all this type of stuff. So it's a pretty big deal. So do you think, first and foremost, do you think it's worth it for Cadillac to cut a big check, Jam, to get the books first? Like, do you think it's enough fans to make it worth them probably paying a significant amount of money? We're talking millions. Do you think
I
there's
mean,
going
for
to be a
these
return?
companies, the money is not the. It's like they're gonna spend the money on something. You
Yeah.
might as well spend the money on something that has been a worldwide phenomenon before. I mean, Harry Potter is we have not seen anything like it in terms of from. I mean, that's not true. We have seen source material things blow up. Harry Potter's probably the tip of the spear as it relates to the modern age on um something that had source material and it then blowing up into a major multi-billion dollar project, and that was just the movies. I mean, HBO spinning the block with Harry Potter.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Time Warner, they spinning the block with Harry Potter. They're like, man, we missed this the first time around. They spinning the block. They doing their due diligence. They getting that money. This is about to be. They're about to put this into the cycle where it's like they're gonna be trying to churn out this money.
We need that.
Listen. I know when after that eighth movie came out and then the shows started blowing up and you had Game of Thrones and all these other source material things blow up into big major shows and then streaming wars is happening. I'm trying to remember who owned the rights. I think it might have been Sony, and Sony had to, and then like HBO got it back from Sony. I don't remember the exact details, but whoever had it, I know they was like, we missed that wave. If we'd have just held on like a couple more years, we could have had a show and we could have ran. I'm telling they about to drag this Harry Potter thing for the next 30 years. It's gonna be shows popping up. You already see it with Game of Thrones and other shows. It's gonna be stuff popping up. So I mean, should GM spend the money? They got it. So
why not?
They're gonna spend it on something. Might as well spend it on something that has blown up already. It's like
All right. Well, only time will tell if that it helps the increase of sales in Cadillacs.
They need the number one thing that's going to increase them sales. Drop that price. Come on now. You know how much a car costs nowadays?
A car?
Yeah, it's like buying a house.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
It's ridiculous.
You need a 30-year mortgage to buy a car now.
To buy, yes.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Give me a Nimbus 2000 instead. You know what I'm saying? I'll take a clean sweep. Cadillac.
Get you from point A to point B.
Yeah,
a good clean sweep.
Cadillac. Yeah, crazy. You're crazy.
Oh man. So we're gonna jump into Fact or Cap. I got a couple good ones this week. So let's start with the first one. The real reason Snape created Sectum Sempra.
Sectum Sempra.
Sempra, yes.
All right, I'm intrigued.
Okay, all right. For those who don't know, first discussed in the Half-Blood Prince book. It's a curse that acts like a sword, right? Okay. So here's some thoughts around it. Reason it was created. One, being bullied by the Marauders, verbally, physically, obviously. Whenever they got a chance, the four of them really probably ganged up on Snape. He got his shots, and I'm sure he did, but didn't seem like they missed too many opportunities to take advantage of him.
It was rivals. It was beef on sight.
Yeah, all day, every day. It was created and to be prepared for any situation, but in particular, one situation for sure. It was to have him prepared to be safe with Remus Lupin. Okay. So Snape knew, reason being, Snape knew he was a werewolf, sworn in secrecy, right? And he was also nearly killed by Lupin due to a joke by Sirius. Shout out to Sirius Black. As well. He created it to protect himself for Lupin if he encountered him again in werewolf form. But he also created the counter curse to save Lupin's life. Lupin in the book also was mentioned to have scars. While it was mentioned that some were caused when he couldn't get access to the Wolfsbane potion and he started to scratch himself, one could also believe that they were caused by Snape, due to him using the curse on him. It also was theorized that when he used the curse on him, whenever Lupin would get back into human form, he could use the counter curse to save his life. Fact or cap? Thoughts on this one?
This is a mixed bag. I like the idea that Snape would. First of all, I want to say this. Big shout out to Snape. Snape is maybe the most underrated wizard in the whole series.
Of course.
In terms of his skill set, his ability, I mean, we talking 6'8", could dribble, could shoot, could drive to the basket, create his own shot.
Yeah.
I mean, Snape, he has a lot of tools in his bag, and I think that because he spends most of the story quasi villain for Harry, it become you lose some of what Snape's really good at in his ability.
Mm.
I say all that to say he creates Sectum Semper, and we learn that through in the Half Blood Prince. Because you see he's written out this handwritten spell in his potions book that Harry acquires, and um, we start to see a little bit about Snape's talent. Now, I like the idea of this where it's Snape created this as a defense mechanism against a fully grown werewolf because that was part of his um quest while he was at school to like kind of discover Lupin's secret or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I like that idea. Now, the only thing there's a couple of, I'm in deep in terms of understanding and learning about this world. A
Mm-hmm.
couple things that are mentioned that would pull a little bit away from that, but not totally. They talk about Lupin talks about, I think it's Lupin, and as Harry is learning all of this and trying to discover who the Half Blood Prince is, um, they talk about like spells coming and going out of style.
Mm-hmm.
So Levi Corpus is an example of
Yeah.
a different kind of spell that come and go out of style. And as the years go on. So um I only bring that up to say that how much Snape created this from scratch as opposed to perfected something that was already existing.
Mm-hmm.
Um Snape is talented enough to do either.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but if it was something that was already existing, he was just perfecting. Maybe he did or didn't do it for the purposes of bumping into Lupin in the Shrieking Shack. So I like that it as a reason or rationale behind why he would have it. It's also the second part about Sectum Sempra is it's also very clearly a little bit of dark magic in it.
Yeah.
And while it's not like a full Crucio or Avada Kedavra, it's definitely got some edge, some dark edge to it. And I think part of why Rowling puts Sectum Sempra into the story where she does is to kind of show how Snape was a little bit of a darker kid. Now we can get into all the reasons why he might have been a darker kid. He had them problems at home with his folks, and Snape was getting bullied, right? And we talked about this with Harry, like, there's only so much bullying somebody gonna take before they,
Mm-hmm.
all right, it's go time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Particularly when you talk about someone with Snape's talent,
Yeah.
they only gonna take so much lying down. So I think it's a combination of Rowling wanting to show that Snape does have a little bit of a dark edge to him, and he had it when he was at Hogwarts, as well as it being something of a unique spell, but maybe not wholly original to
Mm-hmm.
Snape. Either way, I still think it's very possible that Snape acquires the ability to use this spell properly for his interactions um with Lupin or his potential interactions with Lupin, because he doesn't actually ever interact with Lupin as a full blown werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
He sees Lupin at the end of the tunnel heading to the Shrieking Shack, before he's basically turned around so that he doesn't he's not in the room with Lupin. But that's enough to Snape smart enough to figure it out. So um, I'm gonna give this that I'm gonna give that he either created and or perfected the use of Sectum Sempra in his time at school for the purposes of the mostly dealing with the potential of bumping into a full blown werewolf, I'm gonna give that a fact. I'm gonna go on the edge and go fact.
Okay, so it was a good one.
That was a good one.
Okay, all right. I don't know if I can match that one, but we're gonna keep on trying. All right, this will be a quick one. Dumbledore purposely borrows the cloak to leave the Potters more open to Voldemort. Okay, okay. Hear me out here. Hear me out here. Why borrow the cloak? Not to become invisible. He knew how to cast disillusionment charms. To study it deeper. No. That would be crazy because he knows the immense threat they are under in regards to their only shield being the Fidelity charm. By borrowing it, if things go left, he could be in control of the situation and create his course of plans to defeat Voldemort in regards to for the greater good, which Albus was very much for when he was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Fat cat.
This is not even worth discussing deeply, but I'm gonna pepper it up. This is Cap. Obviously, the reason that Dumbledore has the cloak is because it's a Hallow. And Dumbledore doesn't realize it until very much later. They talk about it, and Dumbledore's like, faced with this Hallow, I was just so enamored because the Deathly Hallows are a big part of Dumbledore's childhood, or up, coming into adulthood and his time with Grindelwald. So that's the reason Dumbledore has the cloak. Secondly, Dumbledore and the Potters are using the Fidelius charm, which is very powerful magic. It really can't be broken unless the Secret Keeper dies or divulges in the secret. And Dumbledore, is under the impression that the Potters have made a good choice with their Secret Keeper. Lastly, what is the invisibility cloak gonna do? Because Voldemort pulled up on go. Like, he know where you at. Like, it's not like he's gonna be, you're not here. You're under the Fidelius charm. Like, that's the whole idea, is that you can be where your secret is safe.
Yeah.
Voldemort pulling up on go. Like, he's exactly. He's Voldemort's a very powerful wizard. He's gonna, he's not gonna be defeated by the mere fact that you're hiding under an invisibility cloak. So the idea that Dumbledore is like, oh, let me take this, it just doesn't make sense. Whoever wrote that, they should get under invisibility cloak themselves.
All right. So we're gonna get going into chapter 7, the Sorting Hat. All right. So we'll start with two things. The first one being this is the reintroduction of Professor McGonagall. We had heard about her first in chapter 1. Obviously when she was at the house of the Dursleys, having her first big conversation with Albus. And this is her second appearance in the main hall. We also will be discussing this is our first introduction to the Sorting Hat. So for those who don't know, the Sorting Hat is a magical talking hat in Hogwarts, in which is used in the sorting ceremony, in which you will choose which house, the hat will choose which house you're in between the 4 houses. A little bit of an origin story in regards to it. The hat originally belonged to Godric Gryffindor, and was utilized by using all 4 founders combined their wisdom to sort future students. So the chapter, like I said, begins with McGonagall and the students, but let's deep dive a little bit into Minerva McGonagall because I didn't think we talked about her too much in our first interaction. House, she's in Gryffindor. Subject she taught is Transfiguration, which makes sense because she is an animagus. So, which I think is very important information to know. She is the deputy headmistress of Hogwarts, known for being, strict, fair, highly intelligent, and loyal to the school.
Loyal to Dumbledore. Actually, I was
loyal
thinking
to Dumbledore and byproduct of school too.
Yeah, of course. She's loyal to the school, but there's
What are your thoughts on her? Tell
one
me.
of the first things you asked me on this series was my favorite part of the book. McGonagall is the producer of my favorite part of the entire series.
Okay.
So let me lay the groundwork and this is Minerva McGonagall. In Order of the Phoenix, when the Defense Against the Dark Arts group is discovered, Cornelius Fudge, Kingsley Shacklebolt, and Dawlish are in Dumbledore's office.
Yeah.
Shacklebolt on some G.
Yeah.
He modifies the memory of the girl who was basically snitching on the DA. And Dumbledore seizes this opportunity to protect Harry and make sure that he doesn't become the subject or the target of the ministry.
Yeah.
And instead replaces it with himself. Right. So, and they do kind of do this in the movie, but it's not like the way it's written in the book is super dope.
Yeah.
Brilliant. This is my favorite part of the entire series. So, once Fudge, because Fudge is all twisted at this point because he thinks Dumbledore is trying to unsettle his stable ministry by saying Voldemort's back, and Dumbledore's like, this numbnuts doesn't really understand. Like he is back and he's letting everything slip. So at the end of the fourth book, it's called The Parting of the Ways. Dumbledore and Fudge are on opposite sides. They're basically enemies at this point. So Dumbledore is saying to Fudge in this moment, you thought you were going to come here to expel Harry. Instead, you get to arrest me. And Fudge is like drooling, like that's what he wanted anyway, right?
Yeah.
So Fudge is like, all right, I'm gonna get what I want anyway. And he's basically saying to Dumbledore, you basically admit to all of this, right? And Dumbledore's like, yeah. Dumbledore is basically pulling rank. He's saying, yeah, I'm all that stuff you thought.
Yeah.
What's up? What's up with all the smoke? So once Fudge realizes this, he basically is like trying to cross his T's and dots his I's. He says to Percy, you got his full confession on, recorded, send it to the Daily Prophet. and then he's looking at Dumbledore like, all right, I gotta take you to Azkaban. And that's when Dumbledore get all the way gangster on him. He said, oh, well, I thought we might hit this little snag. Cornelius, you seem to be laboring under the impression that I will, what is it? Come quietly. and that's when it started to get left, because now Cornelius is realizing like, oh wait, we have to now apprehend the most powerful wizard of probably of all time, but definitely of the time. And so Cornelius is like, he's saying to Albus, so you intend to take on me, Dolores, Shacklebolt, Dawlish, and Percy Weasley? And Dumbledore's he says all you gonna take on all of us single-handedly? Dumbledore says, not if you like only if you force me to. And McGonagall jumps in and says, and he won't be single-handed. McGonagall was letting
that thing
everybody know, hey, if it's gonna be smoking here, you're gonna have to deal with both of us. Both. BAOF, both. You're gonna have to deal with both of us. And now Dumbledore jumps in and says, oh no, I will be single-handed. Hogwarts needs you, because he needs her to stay in place.
Yeah.
Dumbledore realizes he's sacrificing the queen, but he also has his trump card that y'all can't do nothing to me anyway, because I'm Albus Dumbledore.
Yeah.
It's one of the only times in the entire series that Albus Dumbledore pulls rank like, nah, I am the baddest man on the planet. And if you try me, you're going to find out how it really go. You know what I'm saying? I play nice a lot. I like, it's going to be okay. I do all that and not. But if you try me, it's not going to go how you think. So it's my favorite part it's my favorite part in the whole book, because actually what ends up happening is McGonagall grabs the kids and like holds them to the floor, and then there's a whole bunch of commotion and smoke, and then after the dust clears, Dumbledore's just walking around chilling, and everybody else is unconscious, and Fawkes is the Phoenix is doing a victory lap around all the people, all the bodies that Dumbledore dropped. It is so funny because it's like you get these rare moments where you actually get to see why Dumbledore is that guy. Magically, I mean.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons why he is him without the magic, but when you get to see the magic element of it, it's very, very, it's my favorite part of the book. But it's my favorite part of the book because of McGonagall, because she's sitting there quiet, but she's also letting, I mean, we're talking about the minister of the minister of magic. She's letting the minister of magic, when push come to shove, I'm with Dumbledore. Whatever that means.
Yeah.
Whether that means we're gonna be up in here, if we're gonna be tussling, we're gonna be tussling. McGonagall remind me of like that old aunt who was like, you know, she ain't got no kids, she ain't got no, but she'll pull up for you. If you call aunt, hey auntie, yo, they over here messing with me.
Miss Evans been bothering
me. She pulling up, and it's not, you don't even call her because you know how it's gonna go when she get there. If you call me, when I get there, they ain't gonna like it. Yeah. So be sure when you call, that's McGonagall. If you call, this is relayed, that sentiment is relayed because McGonagall's very loyal to Dumbledore. She's very loyal to Harry. She's very loyal to these things, these tropes in the series. It plays itself back when Electo Caro spits in McGonagall's direction. Basically, like, your time here at Hogwarts is over, and spits in, and Harry loses. Harry like, oh no. Yeah. You're not about to at all
violate,
put any negativity towards McGonagall at all. First of all, she'll take you out. Yeah. But she ain't even got to do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you out. So those are two very important moments in terms of loyalties and what they mean in the story. But McGonagall is that. She's the embodiment of a Gryffindor. She's the embodiment of loyalty and fairness and chivalry and all those things, all of the auntie vibes. McGonagall is definitely that, and she gets a lot of the students on point with it's a reason, it's the reason she's the first authority figure that the new first years meet.
Yeah,
because McGonagall's gonna set the tone.
Yeah, definitely. Recasting Couch, I think it'd be pretty cool. You know, if somebody, let's say Viola Davis.
Viola Davis could be Minerva McGonagall.
I think she's like a good fit for that. You know, articulate, clearly, smart, clearly, but with it all the way, 10 toes down with it. You know
who else?
If you push her.
I gotta look up her name. You know who I would think of?
What about? And let me give you another one while you're looking. I think Viola, in my opinion, is the best, but I could see Angela Bassett maybe having a little like. She's a little bit too elegant, but I think Viola.
Angela Bassett is she has like a regal majesty to her.
Yeah.
And that's cool. I mean, I'm not putting nothing past
Miss Bassett.
No, I'm not putting nothing past. But you know who I really think of? I gotta look up her name. Hold on. It's
what TV show is she on?
She played Will Smith's mom in on
Aunt Viv.
No. Not Aunt Viv. Will Smith's actual mother in the show.
Oh, I know you talking about. Oh,
she's a popular actress. She was also in Blackish. I'm trying to think of her name.
Oh my God! Here, you know what? This is something well. This is something well worth looking up. I think I know who you're talking about. So, yeah. Hold on 1 second.
We gotta look it up.
We're gonna wait and shut the whole show down for this one. That's how you know. That's how you know it's good.
The reason why is because she's a very prominent actress.
Yeah, she is. And I think she'd be a great person for sure too as well.
And she deserves the credit.
Yeah. Are you referring to Jennifer Lewis.
Yep, Jennifer Lewis. That's it. I just found it.
Yeah.
Jennifer Lewis could be McGonagall.
Yeah.
Easy.
Jennifer Lewis, definitely a good one for sure. She fits it perfectly. You know, very smart, poised.
Yep.
Yeah, she the auntie at the cookout acting up.
Is it-
All the way acting up.
You better not cross it.
All the way.
Better not cross it. Cross if you want to.
For sure.
You walk over.
But you're gonna limp back. Yeah, for sure. I think you can't get Viola, you get Jennifer, and there's no complaints. That's for sure. That's for sure. Yep. Two good ones. So later on, we get introduced to the ghosts. So these are the four ghosts, main ghosts at Hogwarts. And we'll get really into like a deeper dive with them as the series goes along. But I'm just going to give a light introduction because I think they all hold lots of layers to them, and they're pivotal pieces at different points throughout the books. The only one I think that really isn't discussed as heavily is the Fat Friar. I don't recall him being too. I mean, he's there, but he's not like, he's
just chilling.
Yeah, I think he's just happy to be there type of guy, which it kind of make it look
playing
like
back
he
of
is.
the bus. Yeah, he's playing the back of the bus. He's chilling. Fat. I'm the Fat Friar.
He's here so he don't get fined.
Yeah,
he having a good time.
Cut them checks.
That's for sure. But for the four of them, you have Nearly Headless Nick for the Gryffindor house. Friendly, polite, for sure. Obviously nearly headless because they didn't fully cut off his head. It's kind of like this dangling.
I feel like they could have just fixed that. You know what I'm saying? Like they could have just cut it all off and then he would have been fully headless. But I want to know what Nick was up to in life that somebody just wanted
off with his goofy.
They just wanted to.
I was thinking the same thing. Like
bloodily.
How they bust you 46 times?
This is what I'm saying. Like Nearly Headless Nick as a ghost is real polite.
Yeah.
He might have learned his lesson. He come across like he learned that lesson. And somebody said, "Oh, Nick, we got something for you, Nick."
They might have caught Nick scamming.
I'm just saying,
the big scammer.
They Swiss cheesed them back in the day. Swiss cheese, like I'm about to hit you with this blunt axe 80 times.
Crazy work.
Yeah, that's personal. He pissed somebody off for real.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
that's for sure. Yeah. JK, we need that one.
Yeah,
we need that backstory on.
Hey, they call him creeping or something. They call Nick with the count's wife or something. They did him dirty.
Lacking.
Yeah,
for sure. The next one is the Bloody Baron from Slytherin. Grim, definitely feared by all the ghosts.
Oh yeah. Peeves know better.
Yeah, he the one.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're like, all right.
Enough's enough.
Peeves, you keep acting up, we going to get the Baron. And Peeves get
tight.
He the Debo or the ghost. Peeves like see the Bloody Baron go by and be like, when he be like, shut up, I be shutting up. But when he leave, I be talking again.
Yep. And then the Gray Lady. Ravenclaw.
Yep.
Quiet, mysterious, clearly elegant. Those three all have great backstories that we'll get into deeper. We also mentioned the Fat Friar from Hufflepuff. Just again, like you said, here so I don't get fined type of guy. Doesn't really have much of a backstory in the books, but he is there in spaces. We get also some imagery in regards to the Great Hall. And we get our first also introduction to a book that is constantly mentioned, but also weirdly overlooked in regards to people being forgetful of the information outside of Hermione, which is Hogwarts history. It is routinely mentioned.
Bathilda Bagshot.
It is routinely mentioned in the book, but often the information within it is overlooked by many, but proven to be, valuable.
But this is the groundwork of J.K. Rowling establishing that Hermione's a nerd.
Yeah, she's a different.
They asking questions that don't nobody got the answer to except Hermione. Hermione bending over backwards to answer these questions. Like, oh, I know. Which way? I know. So she's laying that groundwork that Hermione is very bookish.
Yeah. A quick segment. They said, JK wrote, mainly to avoid all the staring eyes, Harry looked upwards and saw a velvety black ceiling dotted with the stars. He heard Hermione whisper, "It's bewitched to look like the sky outside. I read about it in a Hogwarts of history." It was hard to believe there was a ceiling there at all, and that the Great Hall didn't simply open on to the heavens. Now, I will say this much. I will give them credit for this. When I went to see, I know you hate it, Kershaw in
Where's
the
the censor
actual
button?
theater.
Hey, how you hit the censor button so we get rid of the last 15 seconds?
It was in their defense, they did a really good job at recreating that ceiling because it actually did kind of look like there was multiple levels to it and like you were looking beyond, what it
Yeah,
really was. So I think they did a great job with that. I mean,
they've got to do something right.
well, yeah, well, he ain't do much with that play. So
That's sad story.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So now we are moving on to the sorting hat. They're calling names. Obviously, Harry's getting anxious, very nervous for sure. And finally, they say Harry Potter. And this, is interesting to me because this sets like the room on complete and total, like total.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is kind of like the whispers. It's quiet pandemonium.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I don't know if you remember this moment, but when I was a writer in the journalism world, it was very similar to that day that LeBron's interview was coming out when he left the Cavs, went to Miami, and it was
the
called
decision?
The Decision.
Yeah.
Like that day and that feeling was like everybody was on edge. Like, who is he really going to choose? Like, this is going to completely change the landscape of basketball.
Yeah.
Very similar esque approach to it. And yeah, I think she did a great job showcasing that for sure. And it's clear everybody in the room wanted parts.
Oh yeah, I mean Harry's he's famous. He's legit A-list celebrity in the magical world. So I mean he don't know it, but he just shaking in his boots the whole time. Like I don't know,
like a stripper in
yeah,
church.
he has no idea whatsoever. What to expect or what's going to happen. But the rest of the magical world, he's got a famous name. We already talked about he got that. The Potters had some mucka going for him.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't just that, but the whole Voldemort boy who lived thing that puts it way beyond. He's super duper A-list famous. So everybody's looking like waiting for this moment. Like, okay, what's Harry? Where's Harry Potter gonna go?
Yeah, for sure. So puts on the sorting hat. Now it gets real, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a quick passage from it. Difficult, very difficult. Plenty of courage. I see. Not a bad mind either. There's talent. Oh my goodness, yes. And a thirst to prove yourself. Now that's interesting. So where should I put you? Harry grips the edges of the stool and says, "Not Slytherin, not Slytherin." And the hat says, "Are you sure? You could be great. It's all here in your head. And Slytherin will help you on your way to greatness, no doubt about that." And then he decides to just give Harry Gryffindor. So, question here. Did Harry make the wrong choice?
Did Harry make the wrong choice?
Obviously we're going to give him a little bit of credit. He's a young kid.
Mm-hmm.
He's young. One could argue that he was swayed heavily, in my opinion, due to previous conversations with other Gryffindor members and his interactions with
Dumbledore
Malfoy.
and Molly. This is the Dumbledore and Molly in my six plot right here. That's what just happened. Dumbledore and Molly, they was playing this game. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They was playing this game from go.
Yeah.
From the moment Hagrid knocked on the door and collected Harry, Molly and Albus was playing this game.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta be the ones to influence Harry. Harry's entire outlook on the magical world is through the lens of his experiences with the Weasleys. I mean, he has so precious little experience in the magical world. So I mean, imagine. I mean, he also doesn't gravitate necessarily towards Malfoy, which is why I said Malfoy kind of overplayed his hand when he met Harry the first time, and then the second time, doubling down on how he played his hand, um, because he gains no influence over Harry. He's just kind of rude and obnoxious, and it's easy for people to turn that away. Um, but this is Harry saying not Slytherin is exactly what the MI6 Molly and Dumbledore plot is for.
Yeah.
And excuse me. The idea that Harry is saying not Slytherin, it's really Hagrid who says that ain't a witch or wizard who went bad who wasn't in Slytherin, right?
Mm-hmm.
The idea is to Harry isn't that, oh, you have to be in Gryffindor. The idea to Harry is that you're important enough in the magical world already that your choices that you're going to make are going to affect not just you but others. So, and that's not fully fleshed out to Harry for a long time, but Dumbledore knows it. And that's why he has the people around him who he has, whether they influence Harry by Dumbledore's direction or by Dumbledore just understanding that they're going to have this influence over Harry. Dumbledore's playing this game from the rip because he knows that Harry's decisions are going to affect a lot of people. So, and they later on in the series they talk about Harry and Dumbledore talk about why he's in Gryffindor. I believe it's in the second book. And Harry and then Dumbledore's having this conversation with Harry like Dumbledore knows what the Sorting Hat was saying while Harry was under it, which I think that's supposed to be privileged just between a wizard and the hat. But Dumbledore asks Harry, he's like, why the Sorting Hat put you in Gryffindor? And at the time, Harry's very frustrated, and Harry says, "Yeah, only because I asked it to." And Dumbledore takes that moment to make the point exactly. We are not the sum of anything other than the choices that we make, and that's the point that he's trying to get across to Harry. But at the same time, Dumbledore's playing a different game and influencing these choices.
Yeah.
So, you know, again, Harry don't know nothing about nothing. So for him to be sitting on the stool saying not Slytherin, that's the residue of Dumbledore's MI6 game that he's playing.
Strikes again.
Mm-hmm.
Strikes again. You know, some of the traits for members of Slytherin is ambition, cunning, resourcefulness, strong sense of pride. I think a lot of these things also describe Harry. You know, while we may call brave, daring, and loyal, he's definitely ambitious. Daring, cunning, very similar. I think Harry.
I don't know if I would call Harry ambitious.
You don't think so?
I wouldn't say he was ambitious in the way that I would say it about.
I mean, he's trying to take on his ambitious task that he's taking on with.
No, I think he's kind of placed on that path.
Yeah.
I think I think Harry's deepest ambition would be to be normal. Like just if he could be, you know, Neville Longbottom or Dean Thomas or just chill and just.
He ain't trying to be Dean, bro.
No, listen. I'm saying I think if you told Harry, hey, look, man, you don't gotta be the chosen one. You could just, you know, go play a little Quidditch and do your exams. Harry would be like, bet. At
least Oliver. He at least gonna be Oliver. He ain't choosing Dean.
I think his ambition. I mean, his ambition. It's not fair to say he's not ambitious because he is. Because he actually thinks about when fake Moody tells him he would be a good Auror. Like he takes that on. And he wants to do that, which is a very ambitious thing to take on. So I think Harry is ambitious. I don't think I think his role in the magical community is way more. He's not that ambitious. I think Harry's like, I don't want to be a bum, but I don't need to be the chosen one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know if the ambition shoe fits in the way that they're saying ambitious as a Slytherin.
Yeah. Definitely something we'll continue to discuss. I think it's something that's gonna keep popping up, and we'll definitely run that back again for sure. So dinner starts, and the food appears pretty much out of nowhere, and they throwing down Thanksgiving style. You know. Hold on one second. Oh, sorry. So then we see Harry eating, and he looks up and he sees Quirrell, and glances into him, and then we have our first appearance, showing from the man, the walking legend, Severus Snape. And in that moment, Harry has his first, I don't want to say headache, but
that scar pop.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, first thing I want to say is this great feast. It wasn't no collard greens or yams or macaroni and cheese because
every type of Thanksgiving.
Well, Harry doing too much looking around. If it was some good eats, some yams, some collard greens, some turkey and some sweet potato. If it was going down, it ain't no looking around. Hey, who that over there? I don't know. Pass the biscuits.
For sure.
It's too much chit chat and patty whacking.
Yeah, she be throwing down in there.
Yep,
that's for sure.
Get Jennifer Lewis in that kitchen downstairs. It won't be no won't be no talking.
Working them black eyed peas.
Yep, it won't be no talking. String beans and black eyed peas, boy. Won't be no talking at this thing. Nah, he sees Snape. Now, one of the things that's interesting is his scar hurts when he sees Snape. But if you read the chapter, his scar hurts when he sees Snape as Snape is looking past Quirrell.
Yeah.
So the imagery is the back of Quirrell's head is facing Harry, and Snape is looking at Harry past Quirrell. So this is one of those kind of side points of when you get the reveal later on in the book. Did you go back and you look at these moments, which is again pure art by J.K. Rowling, is that you want to associate Harry scar hurting with Snape, but it's really the fact that Quirrell is in his vicinity, and it's a great misdirection that she uses quite a few times in the first book. But the point is that there's an art form to it, and it's done in such a very delicate but intentional way, and you just don't see it as much anymore definitely not in today's. You see it, but it's not done in the same way. The time and the patience and the structure is just not done in the same way.
Yeah, definitely. There's levels to it for sure. Ending out the chapter round to get out. We get also an introduction to Peeves as they're heading from the Great Hall to Gryffindor Towers. Peeves is not a ghost. He's a poltergeist. And for those who don't know what a poltergeist is, it is a type of mischievous spirit known for causing physical disturbances, especially by moving or throwing objects, making loud noises, and playing tricks. Peeves is a menace. Throughout this entire series.
Peeves is a
he a bad baby kid.
Yeah, but I think he brings the charm to the story. I think Peeves' role is to bring a charm to Hogwarts and what it is. I mean, he is definitely a nuisance, but he always stops right before it just gets completely out of hand. So, and I think that's part of the charm of the story and the charm of Hogwarts is that Peeves is like there and making stuff happen. So we like Peeves. Peeves gets
cool.
Peeves gets his moment, his moment of loyalty for Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Later on down the line.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so we're wrapping it up. Who won the chapter?
Who won the chapter? Gryffindor.
Gryffindor. That's a good choice.
Gryffindor house gets the chosen one.
Yeah.
Harry James Potter.
Yeah, I can't knock that nor deny it. You know, there was it was more crooked than Adam Silver box score.
Oh, oh yeah.
The points were shaved. That's for sure.
Yeah. No.
Molly and
Molly and Albus, they put in that work. But I'm telling you, man, this is the art. This is the fun part of the story as we watch HBO flush this thing out. The fun part of the story is there's so many hints at the silent hand of Dumbledore and how he's moving these pieces of the puzzle into place and playing a chess game while everyone else is playing checkers. Every little nudge, every little bit of influence, every little suggestion that Dumbledore is basically orchestrating is all to push Harry down this very specific path and this very specific line of action that will ultimately benefit everybody. And so it's interesting as we go through this first few chapters in the first book to see how early it started. Because later on it comes out. Like later on, Harry is like, I know Dumbledore is letting me try my feats and learn about but it's so to see it this early, it's like, oh, Dumbledore had this. Dumbledore was in his bag. He was chefing this up. He was cooking from from page 1, chapter 1. He was cooking. So, mission accomplished. Harry and Gryffindor nestled in with the Weasleys.
Yeah, I can't deny it.
It's like Harry,
but you're right, Gryffindor for sure.
This is like Homeland when they season 2 when they what is it, season 2 or season 3 where they finally get Brody
I rock
in
with Homeland.
I know when they get Brody in in Iran. This is like Sal's like we got him.
They got him.
We're in. We played it right.
I'm
gonna call Dumbledore the fiddler, boy. He playing that fiddle. I'm telling you, he played it like a fiddle.
Oh man, that's great. That's great. All right, so we're gonna wrap up here. All right, everyone, have a good one. Like, subscribe, share. Thanks for those that have been tuning in, writing in their comments.
Definitely keep commenting, guys. We love it. We love it.
Yep. We'll check you out soon. Have a good one.
All right.